Okay, well, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I just got back from Ness Creek. It was wicked.
Yeah, Ness Creek. Okay,
Yeah.
so tell me, what is Ness Creek?
It's a fucking hippie festival, man. Music festival. It's awesome. It's so good, man. It's such a good way to disconnect from reality. Really, you go there. There's no service for your phone. There's no internet connections. There's hippies all over, dressed in sweet costumes, and like just the vibe is just good. You know what I mean? And like we brought my kids.
Oh,
And it's
wicked.
super kid friendly. Like there's kids all over. There's so much stuff to do for the kids, and it's just hippies everywhere, man. It's awesome, man. Yeah, it's a good time. Music everywhere, like random artists singing all over the place. It's so good.
So it's not just like one main stage?
There is a main stage, and they have like they bring in artists, but like all around like the campgrounds and stuff, there's people playing music. It's
Oh, I
just
see.
you know what I mean. It's just everywhere you go, you can hear someone playing the drums or the guitar, and it's total fucking hippie vibe, man. It's awesome, man. Yeah. You got to
Yeah.
come next year. It's wicked. Yeah.
How far from here?
It's only like 2.5 hours away.
2.5. Ness Creek.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Okay, well, I'll think about it.
So you got to embrace
did-
it. You're kind of a hippie, man.
No, am
Yeah.
I?
Yeah.
Like how?
You got like hippie vibe to you in the sense that like you're not drawn into all the consumer culture, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you don't give a fuck about what kind of brand name clothes you wear or
No.
what kind of car you know what I mean? You don't play into that shit, and that's
Hippie.
hippie-esque, man. That's hippie-esque for sure.
I just gotta put Electric Feel on in the background and just freaking.
There you go. Yeah.
Do you know that song?
Yes, of course.
It's Bugsy's
It's
favorite
a
song.
vibe. It's a vibe.
Okay, nice.
man.
Okay, it's funny because we always one of the things we always talk about is how different we are.
Who's that?
Me and you,
You and I, yeah.
like on just like how our mindsets work and how like I would never disconnect from the internet, and you're just like gotta disconnect sometimes, and it's like
I think we
It's
all
good.
do. I think we all do. For real.
one day
Like
I disconnected for like the first 10 years of my life. I was disconnected.
I think we all were, right? 'Cause the
Yeah.
internet didn't really exist then. Social media really wasn't a thing. It
Yeah.
was like what, Nexopia and MSN Messenger.
Nexopia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nexopia was the beginning.
Yeah.
MSN.
But yeah, no, I think we all do, man. You gotta get out in nature. You gotta get out in nature, fucking put your phone away and just tune in. Tune into Mother Earth, man. You know
I listened to a podcast. I don't know, did I send it to you?
which one?
And I felt like they were speaking to me. He was
Which one?
talking. It was a diary of a CEO.
Well, I think that podcast, right?
And I sent you, and it was like a psychologist that was talking to him about
I
like
don't think I watched
because
it.
he kind of talks like I do. Like he says like how he's kind of emotionless, how he's kind of felt the same ever since high school. He's never. And man, the way this psychologist was talking to him, I felt like he was talking right to me.
Yeah,
It was wild.
that's cool. No, I didn't see that one. But
Yeah,
you're
I'll send
very
it to
much
you.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. It made me think on the run. That's when I was running.
Oh, really?
I was listening to that, just
Nice.
going through it. And then my headphones died, so then I just had to think about this podcast for the rest of my run. But before we start any further, you should introduce yourself. Let people know who you are, what you're about, where you came from.
Well, my name's Estevan Fuenzalida. I was born here. My parents are immigrants. They immigrated from Chile, South America. They met here. Born and raised in Toontown, man. What I'm about right now, I'm just trying to better myself, man. Just become the best version of myself, so I can give my kids the best father they can have. And right now, in this moment in time, I've just been chilling, taking it easy, enjoying summer, man. You know, and yeah, I mean, I could say a lot about me, man. A lot about me, but right now, that's where I'm at for sure.
And I guess for I don't know how how deep you'd go, but maybe just briefly, like what if you could like paint a picture of what it was like growing up here with immigrant parents? Because I'm sure the cultures clash.
Oh, 100%, bro.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I always felt like an odd duck growing up, man. I always felt like an odd duck because, like, there was a lot of other Chilean people here, a lot of other Latino people here, but not at the elementary school I went to. Um, at the elementary school I went to, there was a lot of Filipinos, a lot of white people, and I was always like, the odd duck. And I feel like I was discriminated against a lot. I remember there's one point in time where the Filipinos and the white guys were playing basketball, and I remember this fucking guy, the bully. I remember he would be like, "No, whites and Filipinos only. You can't play ball with us," and shit like that. So yeah, I always felt different, man. Always felt different. Always felt kind of like an outcast. So never really fit in anywhere. You know, felt lost
Hmm.
a lot growing up, especially throughout high school and stuff. Yeah, I really lost my way. Yeah,
And what about after?
after high school. Um, well, high school was a trip, man. I mean, high school in itself, like I was bullied a lot as a kid in elementary, and that kind of really lowered my self esteem. And in high school, I remember just really not having many friends, man. Like especially in the first 2 years of high school, like 9 and 10, grade 9 and 10. I remember wandering the hallways and just wandering by myself and like not knowing what to do, like during recess or breaks or whatever. Like I remember just wandering around. Like, who can I go hang out with? Like what just felt so lonely, felt so fucking lost, and like never really got like clicked with anyone, man. Never really vibed with anyone, and that led me to fucking hanging out with, the bad crowds. I started getting into trouble, and I thought it was cool for a while. I was smoking a lot of weed, I was drinking a lot, and getting into shit, man. And it was good though because I did end up getting into a lot of trouble. I got jumped at this one party one time, and I got beat up pretty bad. My parents got pretty scared because it was like gangs, was involved and mixed up in some gang shit, and I got jumped pretty bad. My parents shipped me out to live in BC, and I lived with my auntie there for like 2 years, and I graduated in BC, and I really cleaned up there. I really straightened. I was still smoking weed a little bit while I was out there, but that's when I started boxing, and I won my golden gloves out there. I ended up graduating on the honor roll, and I found a good group of friends back in BC there in Victoria, and I kind of missed them, man. They were good guys. I started hanging out more with like the jocks, kind of like the sporty guys, the guys that were working out all the time, and they were good shit, man. I kind of wish I could reach out to them. Like I haven't talked to them in fucking years, man. But
You just don't know how to reach them?
well, not really, because like after I graduated, I decided to move fucking back here, man. And I got into trouble again once I moved back here, man. And I think about that all the time because that was a very pivotal moment in my life. Because like I had a plan that I was going to go to U of Vic and I was going to take business marketing, and I think about that a lot because like where the hell would I be now if I would have stuck to that plan? You know, but I can't live with that regret because if I would have chose that, I wouldn't have my daughters today. I wouldn't have, you know, I probably wouldn't know you today. I have a solid group of friends now. I have people that love me, and so I can't regret it too much, but I think about that a lot. It's like, I could have been a suit in BC, like it would have been a lot different than my life is right now. Right. But, you know,
It's
obviously,
hard. It's hard not to think
right.
of where things could lead.
Right. And like, who knows? Like I could have been working for like a huge marketing company and, probably been well off and living in BC and not living in Saskatoon, you know, but, obviously I think about that too, but then I also think about I would have ran into some trials and tribulations, 100%, because I think that's just part of life.
Yeah.
You know,
Just different ones.
different
Yeah.
different ones. Yeah, could have been worse than what I went through here.
Right. Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? Who knows,
Yeah.
right? But I do recognize that that moment in time in my life was definitely a fork in the road. You know, like my life could have gone this way, and I chose this way. You know, but it's what it is.
So when did you? I know because okay, when I met you, we were illegally boxing in a garage during COVID.
During COVID. Yeah, bro.
Fight
Yeah,
Club.
Fight Club. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I think I still have that soap bar
I
somewhere. I
do,
think
man.
Arnaldo made those soap bars,
Yeah.
Fight Club soap bars. Yeah, I think I have
Heck
that one
yeah.
somewhere. I need to find that. Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely not the same guy
Mm,
that I met in that garage.
right.
So like at some point, uh, you got like more deep into your spirituality, your mental health, your physical health. Like when did that start?
Well, I think it started before I met you, but then I lost my way. So I think that really started when I went to prison.
Mm.
That's when I really kind of like woke up a bit to myself and to, well, it was rock bottom, right? It was rock bottom. It was a really dark time in my life when I went to jail. Um, it was hard. It was hard on me. It was hard on my family. It was hard on, you know, the victim's family. Um, it was a really fucked up time, and I didn't, like, I was really confused with what was going on and how something like that happened, and how, because like at that time, like I was right before I went to jail. I got out of a really toxic relationship. It was really bad, and right at that time, right before I went to jail, I was, I made a choice that I was going to go to school. I was kickboxing at that time, and I was just like really going to clean up and just do something good with my life. And then boom, this really terrible situation happened, and it fucking totally derailed my life and other people's lives. You know, it was a really bad situation, you know, and I really do regret it. Like it's, I never wanted anyone to get hurt. I never wanted, anyone to suffer the way they did. They probably still suffer until this day, and from the bottom of my heart, man, like I did not wish that upon anyone, you know? So jail gave me a time to really reflect on a lot,
Mhm.
a lot on what I was doing with my life, what I should be doing with my life, how small actions that we take can affect everyone around you in a, like, such a huge ripple effect on a small decision that I made. It made a huge ripple effect throughout many people's lives, you know? And I really took that to heart. And when I was in jail, I really decided to clean up, like, not clean up, but like do something good with my life, you know? And that's when I started working out like crazy. I started reading books. I read so many books in jail, man. I started meditating. I did a bunch of sweats when I was in jail. I really found God again. And, and then, and then after I got out of jail, I tried sticking to the routine that I developed while I was in jail, meditating, praying every day, working out every day, smudging every day, and then I got in a relationship, and and I guess you could say, yeah, I just fell in love, and throughout that relationship, it wasn't a very good relationship, and I lost myself, and I lost what I was about, And that's around the time when I met you, where it's like I was lost. The relationship wasn't good. I was struggling because I was going to school for engineering, and I had to drop out of engineering because I had a kid, and I couldn't keep going to school for engineering and support a family at the same time. So I was lost. I didn't know what to do, and that's when I picked up a trade. And and that's when I got out of shape. I gained a bunch of weight. My mental health wasn't there. It was just really struggling. It was really trying to look for a way to get back on track. And I know boxing was a huge thing for me in the past, right? When I was in high school, and it really helped me clean up. And that's when I reached out to you, and I need to get back into this shit, right? I need to get back to working out and being healthy and getting back there again, right? And yeah, that's when we went to Skips in the garage, started fucking fighting again, and that was good, man. It was good, but that then again, like I was only there for a little bit, right, and then I fell off again. I didn't go back to boxing for a while, man. It's not till my divorce, really, right? And that was another rock bottom. So I feel like every time I've hit rock bottom a few times. It's brought me back to God. It's brought me back to my spirituality. It's brought me back to my health. It's brought me back to like what's important, you know, and it took me a few times,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I'm figuring it out now where I can't lose myself ever again. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm at right now. You know, so
What does as for you? What does healing look like for you?
healing, healing, healing's complicated, man. Healing is
It's
fucking,
complicated.
it's fucking messy, man. It's different for everyone, right? But I think there is some staples that everyone needs to do in order to heal, which is getting physically well,
Mm-hmm.
physically fit, start working out, whether it's like some sort of movement. You know what I mean? If you're out of shape, if you're completely out of shape, I think people, and you're not doing well mentally, I don't think people understand. A lot of people don't understand how good physical movement is for your mental health and for your well being, right? So I think physicality is a huge part of healing, right? Huge part. So for healing for me is definitely working out, fine, like anything, man. Yoga, walking, boxing, lifting weights, running, like anything, man. Just fucking do anything, you know? And that has been huge for me in healing. Um, and I guess I could say healing is also figuring out who you are and how you're wired and what your habits are, like what makes you tick, what makes you fall off, what makes, where, why you do things, like the reason why you do certain things. Like, why do you snap? Why do you isolate yourself? Why do you do these toxic things that are not good for you, and you know that they're not good for you? But understanding why, I think that's the mental part of healing, is understanding why you do certain things that are not good for you. Digging deep, you know, understanding where your trauma comes from. I think that's huge. And healing also, I think everyone needs. I'm not a religious person, but I think everyone needs some sort of spirituality. You know, um, whatever that looks like for you. It's different for everybody. It's personal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna tell no one to not pick up a Bible or the Quran or the Torah or whatever, right? Like, if that works for you and that keeps you going as a good person, fucking keep doing it. For me, it's not those things. But for me, I do believe in God, and I got my own form of spirituality. And I pray, I meditate, and I do mushrooms. Mushrooms have been a big part of my healing. They brought me closer to God. But it's not for everybody, right? But that works for me. So I think healing is, it's like the medicine wheel, man. It's the medicine wheel. It's physical, it's mental, it's spiritual, right? Emotional. It's all that intertwined. That's what healing is, man. It's getting all those parts as balanced as you can. And in this fucked up life that we live in, complicated life that we live, where everyone's telling you to live a certain way. I think it's all those things are really what's important. That's to me, that's what healing is. You know, does that answer your question?
Yes. Yes. Um,
Yeah.
it's crazy because, and we were just talking about this, about how good of a speaker you are.
Who
You
was
know,
talking about this?
me and you right before this.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I'm a bit
Not
of
the
a
greatest
yapper.
memory, but all those mushrooms.
Those mushrooms, man. I love it.
But because yeah, you're a really great speaker, and it's interesting that you know, like, growing up, you're kind of kept to yourself, introverted,
Hmm.
but you can speak so well. You know, even like we've sat at like a couple circles and spoke and
Hmm.
shared and things like that, and you're often the most outspoken. So why?
That's a really good question, man. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. Like growing up, I was really shy and introverted from like the the bullying that that I sustained, and I was bullied a lot, and yeah, that really brought me, you know, in,
Hmm.
and I don't know. I guess I started gaining more confidence as I started healing, right? But I don't know, man. It's weird because like in those circles that we've talked in and that we've been a part of, it's like it's a safe space, and and I love speaking from my heart, and I just speak from my heart, man,
Hmm.
and it just comes out naturally. It's like I don't really have to think too much about what to say, and I don't really recognize myself as a good speaker. Like people have told me that, but I
You haven't said or like once.
really,
I, I don't think so.
really,
I
we
don't think
gotta
so.
check that
Yeah.
the video again, but yeah, I mean, I guess I'm a lot more extroverted when I'm in a comfortable space, right? And I think most people are, right? I think in those circles, like it just gives me the opportunity to just open up and just speak from the heart, you know. Yeah.
Okay, so back to disconnecting and mental health. What do you Okay, so what do you get from disconnecting from the internet? And why do you recommend it to everyone?
Well,
Cuz for one, like, what am I supposed to do if with no TikTok?
see, a lot of people, it's an addiction, man. I feel like social media is it's designed to keep you fucking hooked, man, and to keep you scrolling. And I think it for me is like kind of just like reduces anxiety, reduces stress. Being out in nature and not plugged into your phone. Fucking, I don't know about your guys, like your feed or other people, but my feed is like I'm always looking at self improvement stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's all my feed is like it's like boxing stuff, self improvement stuff, men's mental health, like all this kind of stuff. And everyone has a fucking opinion on how you should be living your life,
Hmm.
right? Everyone does, and that stresses me out because you're looking at this stuff and it's like, oh, I should be doing this. Oh, I should be doing this. Oh, I should be doing this. But when you disconnect, it's like, fuck that. You're not listening to anyone. You're just out in nature, man. You're out in nature. You're taking in the sun. You're in the water. Like you're barefoot walking around. And it's just you ground yourself. You get rid of all distractions, and you're just present. You know, instead of listening to all these fucking people who think they got it figured out. But in reality, I don't think anyone's got it figured out, man. Life is so complicated that no one's really got it figured out. Yeah, they have some good tips, but I think what's important, I think everyone knows what's important for themselves if they tune into themselves, if they listen to themselves, to the voice within, and being out in nature and disconnecting gives you that opportunity to get within. you know? And when we're plugged in all the time, you're listening to everyone else and you're not listening to your own inner voice, you know? So I think that's what it gives to me. And I think it would give that to everyone too if they disconnect once in a while. I think it's important, you know?
I when you think, okay, this is just made me think of this. Talking about like purpose and stuff like that, like figuring it out. I was actually when I was running, I was thinking about like purpose, thinking about like right now my purpose is to like make sure Royce becomes, just like a good man.
Of course.
But I feel like, but then like I'm trying to think of like what was my purpose before I had a kid,
Mm.
and it's like hard to think now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like nothing else even matters,
Right?
and it's like such an interesting feeling.
Being a father.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was just talking with JV was just in here, and I was saying if you're confused on what your purpose is, or you're not sure, have a kid,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have a purpose now. Cause like I feel like my whatever I don't even know what my purpose was before I had a kid. And like I was talking to this with Demi too, and I was just like what was I telling people my purpose was? And whatever it was, it obviously doesn't matter because like this is my purpose now.
Absolutely.
And it's like such a crazy thing to think about.
It is. Purpose is a tough one, man. For
Yeah.
a lot of people. It's still tough for me. Like obviously part of my purpose is being the best father I can be
Mm-hmm.
and giving my kids the best life they can get from me. Right? But besides that,
Yeah.
like am I meant for more? Am I meant to change people's lives? Am I meant to build something that can help the world? That's a, those are tough questions. But the fact that you're asking yourself that,
Yeah.
it means you're on the right track. You know what I mean? Because yeah, definitely, I struggle with purpose still, man. It's like I'm a millwright. My purpose to be a fucking millwright to go fix machines for big industrial corporations? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
You know what I mean? It's fuck no, right? And it's right now it pays the bills.
Mm-hmm.
It helps me pay my child and spousal support, but is it my passion? Pulling a wrench on these big fucking machines? Hell no. Do I enjoy it? Sometimes. Sometimes I fucking hate it, right? And it requires me to travel away, being away from my kids, right? But I am providing at the same time. So it is part of my purpose right now. But is it my passion? Is it my true purpose? What I'm born here to do? Hell no. And am I the best millwright around? Hell no, man. I'm a hard fucking worker, but I'm not the best millwright around, and nor do I want to be. Nor
Yeah.
do I fucking want to be. It's not what I want to do, right? But I struggle with purpose a lot, man. And like I've been thinking about it a lot these past few years. It's like, what can I do where I can wake up every day and be passionate about it and actually believe that it is my purpose to do this. You know, it's definitely a struggle of mine.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know for now, it is part of my purpose to provide for my kids,
Yeah.
to provide for my ex, to so they can, you know, be happy and healthy for now, right? But yeah, and I think what you're doing with this podcasting,
Mm-hmm.
with boxing, you know, I think you're bringing people together, and I think that's part of your purpose. You know what I mean?
Connecting people.
Connecting people,
Yeah.
connecting the community, which is important,
Mm-hmm.
you know, which is important in this day and age because like there's so much going on in the world right
Separation.
now. There's so much separation. There's left wing and right wing. There's brown and black and white, and you know what I mean. I think there's so much division within society everywhere that we all need community, and I think you're doing a huge part in bringing people together. And I think that's part of your purpose, bro, for
Well,
sure.
well, thank you.
Yeah,
It is like It is something I do feel like I like to do. Is just like bring people together.
I think it's a passion of yours, right?
Yeah, and just like make
Yeah.
people do like uncomfortable things too,
Yeah.
and just like try
Push
new
people.
things. Yeah,
Push people. Yeah.
like I don't know if I don't know push people, but like
In a good way, though,
yeah,
to better
like they can
themselves.
push themselves. You
Right.
know, just like suggest
Encourage.
heavily.
Encourage. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, peer
Yeah.
pressure.
Yeah. Healthy peer pressure,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. You've
Um.
done that to me, man. Like,
Yeah.
we've done, you've encouraged me to start running a lot, right? And I ran Sinister 7 last year, started running marathons and shit. Like, I used to dream about doing shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I started running and once I started doing it, I realized, what, this isn't actually too hard. I mean, it's hard, don't get me wrong, but like, once you work at it pretty good, it's like, because I remember, like, let's say that around the time we met when we were boxing at Skip's garage, right? Around that time, like, I would only dream of ever fucking running a marathon. I never thought it would be possible. You know what I mean? But once I started getting in shape and I started running, I'm like, oh, this is very much doable. And it's just like, I think what you do, like, push people or help, like, encourage people. It's like, it's getting past those self-limiting beliefs, right? It's like, once you start doing it, it's like, oh, you know what? I can fucking do this, man. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's not too bad, right? I remember, I don't know. Can we drop names? Is that okay? Like, can we drop people's names? I remember, Heather. Heather started running with us. Remember, like, last year, and she barely ran 10K before she started running with us, right? And now she's running marathons. And now, and I remember talking to her when we were doing our run. She's like, "Oh, I don't know if I could do 15K because we're gonna do a 15K run the next week or something." And we were inviting her. And she was like, "Oh, I don't know if I could run 15K." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, you can. Like, let's just go." And now look at her. Now she just ran Sinister 7. Right now she's running marathons. Now she's killing it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's a big part of what you do is just getting people past those self-limiting beliefs. When it's like, you know what,
Just get your foot in the door.
just get your foot in the door, just start doing it, and you'll realize, you know what, you can fucking do it.
I just purposely don't train for things so that I can show people, see, you can do it even without training.
Yeah.
And just make it look real ugly.
But you did it.
But
You did it, right?
See, if I can do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's good. I
Yeah.
was before I forget. So talking about like back to stillness. Okay, so on that podcast I was listening to, what he was talking to him about was like getting to a point where you're just existing.
Mm.
Like you're meditating and then you're just like until you get to a point where you're just existing. There's no like things you have to do. There's no like
You just are.
you just are. And I've never had that for one. And then that diary of a CEO. So he asked him, like meditate for how long? And that guy said no. He's like, just do it. Like,
Just do
you're
it.
already trying to set a goal.
Right.
And that's what I was thinking.
Mm.
Like, how long until you're just existing? And he said, you can't do that because now you're setting a goal. And I could tell that guy can't meditate because there's no like reason to. Like there's no thing that you can see that you're going towards.
Right.
And that like,
But that's not the point.
right.
Yeah. That's
So-
not the point.
It like made me realize like that's why I can't meditate.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I struggle to
Yeah.
meditate.
That
It's
makes
because I
sense.
need something.
Yeah.
I need a reason to be
You
doing
need a
it.
goal to work towards.
Yeah.
Where meditating is the exact opposite kind of thing.
Yeah, it was like, and when he was just talking about like just exist, and I was trying to like figure out what that even means, and I still don't know. I still don't know what that means.
That's just
Just
exactly
exist.
what stillness is, man. It's just, you just are.
Yeah,
You just are, and you just sit in stillness, and you just I am. I just am.
It's funny too
You
because
know.
all of like Ryan Holiday's books,
Hmm.
like that stillness is the key, uh, discipline is destiny.
Mm.
Like all, my least favorite one was stillness is the key because I just could not relate to that book at all. But I loved all the other ones.
Maybe it's something you should dive into, right?
I
Because I
know.
remember we've had this talk before about
Yeah.
meditation. You're like, I can't do it. You're like, your mind's always racing or something,
I
right?
feel like I just feel like I don't know what I'm doing it for.
Right.
I feel like I'm
It's
doing
for
it because people told me I should do it. Yeah,
I don't know if yeah, I think you should. I think everyone should. And it just brings you just peace within, man. It's just quieting the mind and just being still, man, and just being with yourself, just being with your inner self. And that's it's part of spirituality. I think meditation is a spiritual practice. You know what I mean? And I don't know if people that are new to meditation understand that fully. You know, it's about it's about tuning into your true authentic self, to the your inner God, basically. You know, and it's hard. It's not easy.
even like self awareness is hard
Yeah.
because I don't know. Like, I feel like I can read other people pretty well, like why people do things or
Hmm.
like where it's coming from. It's like why I like don't really get offended by people because like I understand where that's coming from, you know. Or but then when it comes to myself, I feel like I don't know what the heck what I'm doing.
I think that's like most people though.
Yeah,
People can quickly judge others, right?
and easily forgive themselves.
Yeah. Well, maybe some.
Well,
Maybe
like I mean, like in the sense of like it's like why would he do that? You know, like the guy's an asshole or whatever
mm,
because they're just seeing like a small.
right.
But then when you do something like that, it's because this happened or
Okay.
this happened, and there's like a reason behind it, and
Yeah.
now you've justified why you
You
did it. There's like
justify.
you know like the whole story around it.
Mm,
But when you see someone else do it to you, they just did that
right.
with no reason behind it. But there is a reason behind it.
Definitely. Yeah.
So it's like you judge hard, like harshly
Right.
when other people do things, and you forgive easily when you do things.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a tough one. That's a tough one for me too, because like it's like that book, The Four Agreements,
Mm-hmm.
right, by Don Miguel Ruiz. Never take anything personal, right? And it's yeah, it's as simple as road rage, right? If someone cuts you off or something and you just fucking lose it, or some guy flips you off, right? It's like, you know what?
I'm gonna chase this guy home.
No,
Just kidding.
fucking punch him out. No, but it's like that guy's probably having a bad day. Who knows what that person is going through that day? You know what I mean? Like, don't take it personal. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, who knows? Maybe that guy's rushing a sick kid in the hospital. You know what I mean? Yeah, I struggle with that.
Right.
Not to take anything personal. I've struggled with that a lot my whole life because I think this is where my self awareness is kicking in. But from when I was a kid, from when I was bullied so much, I took everything so fucking personal.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I still struggle with that to this day. I'm getting better, definitely getting better. But yeah, it's a lifelong battle, I think, for sure.
It's like it's like an interesting concept because that's what one of my business coaches he used to always say. Like whatever somebody is saying out loud, like if you hold up a mirror to them,
Hmm.
like that's they're just saying it to themselves. You know, like
Mm.
it's just like coming out from them to them. You know, they're just externalizing what's happening internally. So even as you say, like you struggle taking things personally because you took things personally.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually how things go, you know, like people who cheat question their partner on cheating,
Mm.
you know, people who think everybody's gossiping about them. Gossip, it's like people who don't trust others probably, stabbed a lot of people in the back.
Right.
So it's like because they stabbed a lot of people in the back, they think everybody does that.
Right.
So then they don't trust anybody. And then somebody who has never stabbed anyone in the back just trusts everybody right away.
Right.
It's like,
See, I think is like where people say the world is your mirror,
yeah,
right? If something bothers you about someone, like, or if someone's pissing you off, or if someone hurts you, it's like you got to turn that within and figure out why is that hurting you, or why is that bothering you? Why does that guy piss you off? It's a mirror, right? The world is your fucking mirror, man, and that's something I've been practicing too. Because you're absolutely spot on about that. It's like, what is that saying about yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is that bothering you? What insecurities is that bringing up? Why does that, you know what I mean? It's another thing I've been trying to practice, and it's hard though. It's hard, man, right?
Yeah.
It's hard when you've been trying to when you take things personal your whole life and you're trying to change, you're trying to change those habits, right? But I think that also plays into healing, right? Being self-aware and why things trigger you and why things bother you. And it's being self-aware, man.
And it's good to just have people around that are honest with you too.
I think that's important.
Because, just because I'm not very good at self-awareness. So to have people like Brittany's a good person to have around.
Hell yeah.
Because she just tells me
how it is.
She's like, you're being a piece of shit. I'm just like, what are you talking about? You don't even know me.
Well, I think those are real friends, man.
Yeah, that's real.
Those are real friends. People that tell you how it is and they're not yes friends.
Yeah.
They don't support your toxic habits. They tell you how it is and where you're fucking up. Mm-hmm. Those are real friends, man. I think we all need those people. We all need to be surrounded by those people, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have friends who like make you feel some kind of way all the time, it's pretty good because there's some truth behind it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted you to share on was, I guess, like your mindset around like getting ready and like training for a BKFC fight.
Oof.
And like being so, yeah, because Estevan was the first BKFC fight in Canada.
I lost, but I was still number one.
Not the first round.
Not the first round. I won the first round, Peter. I won that first fucking round, bro.
It was awesome though. It was like a crazy experience, bro. For me as a coach.
That was one of the craziest experiences of my life, man. It was fucking amazing. It was wicked, man. So around the mindset, getting ready for that, that was
like training for it, getting there, walking down. Just
that was one of the hardest things I've ever done, to be honest, because that was only my second fight after being away from boxing for like 16 years. And it kind of was just an opportunity that came up, right? Like we talked about it like 2 months before, but BKFC never got back to us until the week fucking before the fight. And we looked at each other like, well, okay, like this opportunity may never come again. So I think that was one of the reasons why we kind of jumped on it, because it was like, how often are you going to come across an opportunity like this? Mm-hmm. And it was super cool, man. It was fucking wicked, man. And at that time, my mindset was a little different than it was now. So at that time, as you know already, I was going through some of the hardest times of my life. And it was like going through my divorce, right? Where it was just literally, I was suicidal for a while, right? I'd lost everything. I'm still dealing with a lot of that shit. Definitely the financial part of it, right? But it was one of the hardest times of my life. And the thing that saved my life was boxing, was running, was being fit, and was the David Goggins mindset. Like David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me, really helped save my life. I think, man. Like, if anyone's going through a fucking hard time, I think you should read that book because it really just helped me grind, man. It just fucking, I was grinding every fucking day. I was at the gym all the time. You know, I was fasting like a motherfucker. I was eating healthy. I was running. I was just on, and all the pain I was going through, all the stress I was going through, I channeled it through boxing and through exercise and just trying to better myself physically. So that was my mindset. It's like I couldn't be good mentally if I wasn't doing these things, right? And yeah, like that fucking opportunity came up. We're like, fuck it, man. Let's just fucking go for it, man. Let's go for it. I was in good shape at the time. I was boxing like steadily, right? I was at the gym all the time, and it was good, man. It was fucking nerve wracking, man. It was definitely the biggest stage I've ever been on, right? Like I've ever fought on, and it was so cool. Like we met, some UFC Hall of Famers, like Chris Lytle, fucking so many good fighters there, and it was just such a crazy experience. They're taking my picture, like I had a little bit of a photo shoot. And it was awesome, man. And yeah, it was just like the mindset I had. It was just like, this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity, and just go and just have fun with it, man, and just fucking go fight your heart out. Unfortunately, I lost. I would have kept going if the ref didn't stop it, but yeah, it was badass, man. It was one of the most badass things I've ever done in my fucking life, and I'm really, really happy and proud of myself for doing it, man. Yeah, it was cool as fuck. It was cool as fuck,
Wild, man.
right? Like it was
Wow.
such a wild weekend, man. Yeah, it was so cool, man. And you've had to experience that a few times, with Nash, with Danny, and when those guys went, those guys are still fighting, right? So it's cool, man. And I don't know, maybe I helped open the door for them.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I kind of just stepped into the fire, man. I threw myself into the fire. Like it was my first fight after 16 years to go fucking fight in BKFC with a live event with cameras and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Danny's whole family was there watching you.
yeah, man. Like fucking yeah. Like it was cool, man. It was such a wild experience. Yeah.
And then you got I guess I'm not sure if it's 100% or not yet, but this retreat in
Mm.
October, or when is it?
And the end of November,
End of
start of December.
November.
Yeah, yeah. I got picked.
And you're in. So
I
that's
got
a for
picked.
sure thing.
Yeah, I just got to come up with the money for it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's pretty expensive. But yeah, man, I got picked out of like 750 people to go do this retreat, man. And there's like 22 of us that got picked from all over the world, and it's pretty exciting, man. It's gonna be
Hmm.
super cool. It's in Peru. It's with Brandon Collinsworth. It's a guy I've been following on Instagram for a while. He's super, super fucking awesome dude, man. He helped me heal with just the stuff he posts. He posts stuff that is straight from the soul, man, straight from the heart. And all the stuff that he talks about and the stuff that he writes really touches me, man, like deep. He's a super deep dude. And, in this retreat that I'm going to, it's just such an opportunity to get to meet this guy, to learn from him, to help, heal some more, to help transform even more than I already have. And yeah, man, I feel super lucky to go. I'm really excited. Really fucking excited. Yeah.
So from your did you want to retreat? Was that last year or the year before?
2 years ago
2 years ago.
now. Yeah.
So after like an experience like that, like how do you bring those tools or lessons or whatever you call that experience? How do you bring it into your life? Were you able to like apply those ones?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that first retreat I went to, shout out to Jordan Candlish, was amazing, man. It was life changing, man. At that time I was pretty, I was dealing with suicidal ideation, and that's like it was fresh into my divorce where I lost everything. I was basically homeless. I didn't know what the fuck was going on with my life. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what the fuck to do. But I knew I wasn't ready to give up yet. And Jordan is another guy I was following on Instagram for a while, and his stuff really touched me too, deep. And he posted his first retreat coming up, and I applied for it. We had a couple voice calls or a couple video calls, sorry, and yeah, I just went for it. It was expensive, but I went for it. I'm like, I need something to change. I need some help because I'm ready to off myself. I'm ready to fucking just call it quits, man, because like life's fucked up right now. And it was totally life changing for me, man. For one thing that definitely a practice that stuck with me from that retreat is breath work. And breath work, I still practice breath work till this day. And I literally just did some breathing right before this podcast, and that has been super healing for me. And there were so many, like, during the retreat, we did so many what do you want to call them? Workshops, I guess, or activities that just help release everything that was fucking inside. And it was a men's retreat, so it was just a bunch of men that just want to better themselves and just let go of anything holding me back, holding them back. And it was just a safe space for everyone to fucking just share and be vulnerable and to help grow. And so I was able to release a lot out of there and and practice wellness after that. Like I before that retreat, I didn't know what breathwork was. I've never heard of breathwork.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying that one of the main things I got from that was breathwork and how powerful breathwork has been for me. And it's been awesome for me. It just helped. It's the way to help regulate your nervous system. When your nervous system is on fight, flight, or freeze mode for so long, it's just the way to release that, and help regulate yourself, your mind, and your soul. And and yeah, like there's a lot of things that we did to just release a lot of anger and release a lot of shit that's just fucking built up inside, man. As men, we're conditioned since we were little to just fucking hold shit within. Push it down, be a man, Don't fucking cry. Why are you crying, you little bitch? Right? It's like, but it's not healthy, man. I think emotions is energy, right? It's energy. And if it's trapped inside, it just can create illness. It can create mental illness. It can create, it's just not good. You got to find a way to release that shit that's trapped inside. And that's one of the things I've learned from that retreat is to find healthy ways to fucking unleash that shit so it doesn't build up inside you. So I don't take it out on my kids or, I don't snap. Men snap a lot because they fucking keep that shit within, and I was a snapper. I was a snapper for a long period in my life, and, I'm getting better with it. But yeah, I got a lot from that retreat, man. And I'm hoping to get even more from this other retreat,
Yeah.
It'll be good. It'll be
It's
really
like
good.
just like tools.
Tools, man.
I feel like like a lot of people when they talk about retreats or even like conferences or counseling or men's groups or sharing circles, people who don't think they work or think they help. I think like the thing about them is like they are tools, they are skills, and you are learning them in a safe space.
Exactly.
Like when I relate it to boxing, because I relate everything to boxing.
Of course. Of course.
It's like when you learn things at the gym, it's safe.
Mm.
You're learning how to punch, you're learning how to move your head. if you mess up, there's no damage because we're using noodles, or like you're not going, And then when you go in the ring, there's no safety anymore.
Yeah.
So now everything's so fast, everything's intense, and when you go into the real world, now there's no safety anymore.
Exactly.
And now some people think it doesn't work
Right.
because you just haven't practiced enough.
It's a practice.
You haven't done the reps yet.
Exactly.
And it's like you shouldn't quit. You go back to the gym and you keep practicing the head movement, the jab. You go back to another conference or another sharing circle or another retreat, and you just get more reps in and get more reps in until it does work
Right.
in real life, And not every tool works for everyone,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's emotional intelligence, right? You're developing your emotional self,
mhm.
and we're not taught how to do that through life, for the most part. I mean, maybe now kids are getting taught a little more, but like we're not really taught how to emotionally regulate ourselves growing up. For the most part, they don't teach us that shit in school. You know, you kind of got to figure it out on your own. And these retreats and men's circles and conferences and all that stuff you just mentioned is ways to develop that emotional intelligence, right? Emotional maturity. You know, it's I think everyone needs to do it. Everyone
Yeah.
needs to grow. It helps you grow, become better, right?
And that's where that self-awareness comes back in, because everybody's built different, just like a bench press.
Right.
Some people can barely bench the bar.
Mm.
Some people, the first time they ever bench, can do 2 plates.
Right.
It's the same with mental health.
Yeah.
Some people can just handle a lot,
Yeah.
and some people can only handle a little bit. So you can't take what everyone else is doing all the time,
Exactly.
So you just gotta figure it out, do the
That's where
reps.
stillness comes in, right? That's
I
where
don't. That's where TikTok comes in.
well, no, like that's where stillness comes in, so where you can develop that self awareness, right? Because you can listen to yourself and listen to what you need, and not what other people need, what TikTok is fucking telling you, right? Like I remember, I think you've seen it. I forgot what his name is. I think he's a football player, and he went really viral for his morning routine, where he does like a ice face wash and he
Yeah,
does
yeah,
like
yeah,
journal, and it's like
yeah,
it's like, you know what I mean? It's super unrealistic, man.
yeah.
And I'm sure there's people that have tried it or that are trying to do it every morning. It's like, get fucking real, man. Like, you're not gonna fucking do that every morning. You know what I mean? And it does. Maybe it works for him, but it's not gonna work for everyone. You know what I mean?
It's funny, all the videos that came after.
Right? Oh, yeah. All the people making fun of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
It's like, oh, I got a 4 year university degree in the first hour of the morning.
I guess we're coming up to an hour.
Already?
Yeah, man.
Holy shit.
See, too easy.
That went by quick, man.
But another thing I wanted to chat about was, uh, and I already forget if we talked about this before the podcast started or if we talked about it at the beginning. But I wanted to ask you kind of how your perspective changed after you had kids, after you became a father.
After I became a father. Well, I think since I first had a kid, my perspective has changed many times. Right? But life has just a lot more meaning when you have kids. You know? It's like everything you do now, everything you do in life now after you have kids reflects on them, you know? And like everything, man. Everything. Like even drinking, for example, just for an example. I have never been drunk around my kids, and I stopped drinking. I've drank here and there since they've been alive, since they've been born, but now I chose to stop drinking because it's like I don't want them to see me drunk, because, or like I don't even want to be out drinking one day, one night, and there be an emergency or something, and then dad wasn't there because he was drunk, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like every choice we make can have an impact on your kids' lives. And yeah, I try to live by that now. It's like it makes you a selfless person because you would do anything for your kids, right? Anything. And it's like, fuck, that's a hard question, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's deep. But yeah, it's like now it's like I'm living for them and I'm trying to become the best version of myself for them because they. So I read because I'm a girl dad, right? I'm a girl dad. I have two baby girls. They're probably my favorite people in the world, right? And I understand I have a huge responsibility as their father because they're gonna grow up and date men and have an idea of men through me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm an example of what a man is to them, right? So that's a huge weight, right? So I have a huge responsibility into becoming the best version of myself so that they can so I can set the fucking bar high
Yeah.
so that they don't date pieces of shit, you know? And that's one perspective I have now. It's like I have to be on top of my shit so that they don't date a piece of shit because I'm a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they're gonna date men. They're gonna look at men the way I've raised them to be the way a man is, right? So that's one perspective I have now where it's like I have to be the best version of myself. Because I have to set that fucking bar high so that my baby girls don't get hurt by some fucking scumbag. You know? That's huge. That's huge for me. So that's the mission I've been on now. I got to be good mentally, physically, emotionally, you know, everything. I got to be on top of it because I set the standard for them, you know? It's huge, right?
Yeah.
It's huge because I don't want to see my baby girls ever hurt or, you know, like suffering because of some fucking scumbag, you know what I mean? Like I don't want them to go through that, you know? And if they do, I want to be in the best position possible physically, mentally, emotionally so that I can support them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's my responsibility as a father. You know, they didn't choose to be here, man. They didn't choose to be here. They're my responsibility. You know, so yeah, life has a lot more meaning with kids, man. Definitely.
I want a girl really bad, but everything you just said is terrifying.
It is, man. No,
Yeah.
like being a girl dad is terrifying, man.
Yeah.
Like my girls are still 8 and 5. When they become teenagers, it's like fuck, man. Like how's that
Yeah.
gonna play out, man? You know, like it's they're gonna be dating boys. I want to punch these little fuckers out, right? Like, no, man. Like, it scares me, man. It's scaring me, man. But like, yeah, like I think having a boy, it's a lot less scary,
Yeah.
in my opinion, right? Because you know
Mine
you
too.
because you can like women are just a lot more vulnerable. I
Mm-hmm.
think, right? Where if boys go through shit, you know you can teach them how to handle it as a man, right? But with girls, man, it's like fuck. It's a different world, man. It's a totally different experience, you know. Yeah. But it's beautiful, right? It's
Yeah.
beautiful at the same time. Like my girls, like having two daughters has definitely helped soften me up a bit, you know? Like I got to be sweet with them. You know, they're and it's like they're just so precious, man. So precious. It's different. It's different than having a boy. I want a boy, but like I don't have a boy yet, but like for to have these girls, man, it's just so easy to love them, you know? So easy to love them. And that's one thing I make sure I do as a father, since like since we live in, since I'm not together with their mom, I always make sure that they know that they're absolutely loved by me. That is, I think, the most important thing, that my daughters know that I love them to death, you know, and I don't want them to grow up to have daddy issues. I want them to know that daddy always loves you and is always going to be there for you 100%. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely one of my purposes in life, you know.
Man, I I heard that you don't experience unconditional love until you have kids,
100%.
and I feel that.
100%. Yeah, because love is conditional in relationships. It
Yeah,
unfortunately it is conditional. We
there's
can
really nothing Royce could do to make me not love him.
no,
You know?
no, no, absolutely. Like that's the only form of unconditional love, I think, is when
Yeah,
you become a parent. You truly understand that.
yeah,
Yeah, because yeah, relationships are conditional, man. You can live in a fairy tale and say, oh yeah, always gonna love you, this and that, but that's not true.
Mhm.
That's not true. But with your kids, you can say that's true. You're always gonna fucking love them, no matter what, man. No matter what.
Well, before we wrap this up, hour and six. Uh, what's some advice you'd give yourself, a younger you?
Invest in Tesla.
That's good, actually.
That would have been good. I would have been a
Yeah.
millionaire, right? Stay true to yourself. Stay true to yourself, and yeah, listen to your gut. Because I've made some decisions where I knew this was going to lead me down a wrong path. I knew deep down, and it fucking did. It led me down to a wrong path a few times, and I knew.
Mhm.
I knew. So if I were to give advice to my younger self, I'd be listen to your gut and follow that inner wisdom that you already had. Life would be a lot different right now if I would have listened to that. You know.
That's good.
But you live and you learn, man. You
Hmm.
can't I can't regret it all.
Yeah,
Can't regret it all, man. You know.
and and you say deep down. Probably wasn't even that deep. It's probably up here. Hey, don't do
Yeah.
that.
Well, I don't know. It's like there were monumental decisions,
Yeah.
you know? And I knew if I would have not done that, things would have been a lot better. So I think
I feel like you know now.
I know now for sure, but I know that I knew back then.
Right.
I remember the feeling. That's what
Mm.
I'm talking about. There's this feeling I had inside of me a few times in my life where if I would have listened to that, shit wouldn't have got that fucked up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? There was this feeling I had where I knew, man. I knew. But I chose to fucking do that
It's
anyways.
wild that you remember the
I
feeling.
remember the feeling. And that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like this a gut feeling, an inner feeling that I knew I shouldn't be doing this or I shouldn't do this. And I did it anyways. And life got fucked up. That's the advice I'd give my younger self. Just listen. Listen to yourself. Trust that. Trust that feeling. It wouldn't have led me astray. You know?
Yeah. Well, hour and 10. Pretty good.
Not bad.
See, and you weren't sure. You weren't sure what we were going to talk
I
about.
had no fucking idea.
Yeah, well, look at us now.
Yeah.
That was good, man. That was fun. That was good.
Yeah.
Uh, Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
man.
for having me, man.
We always have good talks.
We do.
Just nobody ever has heard them before.
Yeah, now everyone's gonna fucking hear
Everyone's
one.
gonna
I know.
know. But yeah, thanks for coming, man. Honestly, man, you're awesome. You're a really good friend to have. I feel like we push each other in different ways,
Mm.
you know,
Hmm.
like and plus you come along and do dumb shit with me,
Yeah.
which is nice. You're easily peer pressure.
In the good ways now,
Yeah,
though. In
in
the
the
good
good
ways
ways,
now.
in
Yeah.
the good ways, and
Yeah.
then even everything else, you know, like you make me question things, you make me think about things mentally, emotionally, and we're just like it's just like a good person to have in my life.
I
So
appreciate you, man. You've helped me
yeah,
so much throughout my shit too, man. Like I really respect our friendship, bro. Really do. Thank you for having me, man. I respect that a lot.